Because if something happens to you today, there's a high tendency that the people who are going to come to your rescue are those people that live here in Germany. So this is why it's very important for you to build the relationships here in Germany. Of course, you can have friends, you can have families and relatives back home, but it is also very important for you to have the same here in Germany. Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. So in case you're just watching me for the first time, my name is Elizabeth. I live in Germany and I've been living here for the past 10 years. So today I would like to share with you some things which I've learned here in Germany during my stay. So the first thing is that we have to build strong friendships here in Germany. Building strong friendships helps us in times of need for people to be able to come to our rescue. Because I've heard of so many stories of we in diaspora, a lot of people dying during their sleeps and without even someone discovering them until after days later. So these are one of the stories of people that do not have anybody, because here in diaspora a lot of people tend to be on their own. I know there are so many bad people, there are so many unfriendly people and people who would gossip you behind your back. But we have to still know that the fact still remains that you cannot live without people. You have to be in the midst of people. You don't have to have so many friends, but still you can still choose one or two trusted persons which you know you could call upon during your times of need. So it's very important if you live in diaspora for you to build friendships, for you to build relationships with people. Don't keep to yourself. You can't do everything by yourself. We all need everybody. Nobody's an island. So this is something very important. Another thing that is important is for you to invest where you live. You have to invest where you live first. Of course, it's good for you to do something back home like investing, building houses, and all of this. But still, the fact still remains that you live here. And if you're also someone that has children, you have to first of all know that their future is here in the country where you live. If you live in Germany, just like I do, try to invest. If you don't have ideas how to do this, there are many people you could ask. You could ask what they call the makler. You could ask the Finanzberatung. You could ask a lot of people who will definitely put you through. So investing in Germany is something which you would like to think about. Your children's future lie here. A lot of people will say, oh, I want to go back home when I'm Oh, I want to go back home in my old age. Yeah, you want to go back home in your old age, but you spend the rest of your lives here. And even if you want to go back home during your old age, the fact still remains that the 30, 40 years which you spent here could probably be the longest which you would be spending there over there in your country. So why don't you do something here and live a comfortable life? Because going back to your country during your retirement age, there is a tendency that you're just going there to spend another 10, 20 years. And why spending 30, 40 years in Europe before going home? Why don't you make those times worthwhile and live a comfortable life here? So investing here, apart from that, a lot of people do not even make it to go back home. And even if you have families who would like to help you in doing these investments, how trustworthy are they? How sure are you that they will definitely do what you're asked to do? We have heard a lot of stories, we here in diaspora, how a lot of family members duped their relations over here by giving them false hope and telling them they're building a property for them, they're doing this and that for them, they're investing, but later on, those in diaspora, they found out that those money are not actually used for the right purpose which they are intended for. So you have to do things here. Investing here is one of the things which you would like to think about. Another thing is taking care of yourself. Here in Germany, it could be really, really depressing, most especially during the winter period where it's cold. A lot of Africans people tend to fall into depression. This is something that has also this is something that also occurs when you try to be all by yourself. You have to be in the midst of people. Of course, you don't have to do this all the time, like I stated, because these are the people that will look out for you and tell you that, oh, see, this is what I have observed about you. Oh, why don't we go to see the doctor together? Oh, why don't you, I think you're changing, this is not how you used to be. Oh, there's something that is not so okay, because you can't know yourself by yourself. It's always someone that will always know you more than you know yourself. So take care of your mental health. This is also why it's important to be in the midst of people, because most of the times you think you're behaving right, but not knowing that you've actually changed in your behavior. So it's other people that usually see these things first and tell you that, oh, see, this wasn't how, this is not the kind of person I know you to be. I think you're changing. Oh, why don't we go together to see the doctor? Oh, I would advise you see the doctor. So this is another reason why it's important for you to build strong friendships and have a trusted person. If you're someone that lives here in diaspora, try to seek for professional help. Try to go to the doctor. I know it could be really hard. I know it could be really hard as a depressed person to want to seek for help themselves, but it's also very important for you to do this. Another thing that could help you is I'm not a doctor, but is taking your vitamins. A lot of vitamins could actually help you while living here in diaspora, because the weather here is not the same with the weather over there at home. So taking your vitamins like vitamin D, magnesium, and many other vitamins could really be of help to you. You would want to make these vitamins your best friend. They could really, really help you and help you to boosting your mood while also giving you more energy. Another thing I would like to tell you is that you have to save. Savings is one thing which you should really, really think about while living here in diaspora, because the days, the months, the years, they could really fly by in a twinkle of an eye. And before you realize it, you've been living here for the past 20 years, for the past 30 years, without anything to show for it, without no savings. So that is why it should be in your best interest for you to try to save. Save, save, save. Don't squander all the money which you get. For you to always put some things by the side. Put something by the side, something which you can use to invest, and it could help you. And talking about investment, there are different kind of investment which you can actually do here. You can speak with a finance berater if you live in Germany. A finance berater can actually help you to invest your finance. You could go into immobile, what we call the housing. You could go into stuff like this, or you could also buy funds. They have funds from different bank. You could buy it. I have the what they call the funds. I have funds myself. So these funds are something that could generate you profits. I've been using my funds for the past 2 years, and I've really, really had profits. This is something I'll be talking about in another video. So you have to invest in one way or the other. This investment are things which you could fall back during times of need. So guys, these are some of the things I would like to advise you. Another thing is for you to integrate, trying as much as integrating into the system. One of the best way to integrate into the system is by learning the language, because while learning the language, you don't just learn how to speak the language, you also learn about the behavior of the people, how they do their things, their way of life, their everything about it. You learn them during learning. You learn them during learning the language. So this is one thing you want to look into. Apart from that, the language can really help you to integrate here, because it is only through the language that you could have a better life. Don't allow anybody tell you anything else. The language is one of the bases you really want to have, because the language is one thing you will need while securing a job, an Ausbildung, or every other thing. So please start with the language. Don't make the mistake of going into work when you newly arrive here in Europe, in Germany, by going into work and said, oh, I have to work, I have to earn money. Take the 1-2 years to really learn the language, because there's a tendency that after 10-15 years, you wouldn't really be able to learn the language anymore. So it's best for you to start at the beginning, why you newly arrived in the country, and why the motivation is still high to learn the language. So language is very, very important, because like they say, language is power. In a country where they do not speak your native language, you really want to bend yourself to speak their language, because the language also helps you not to get bullied, and also not to get separated, because when you have the language, you're also a part of the people where you live. So guys, A few tips which I can think about at the moment. In case I come up with any other things which I really cannot remember right now, I would be doing another video in this regard. So guys, I hope you think about these tips which I've been able to give you. These are things which I've been able to learn during my 10 years of stay here in Germany. You could check up my other videos where I talked about how I was able to navigate through the German system, how I did my Ausbildung, what kind of Ausbildung I did, and also what Germany did to me after my 10 years of stay here. You could look all these videos, and if you really want to inquire more about me, do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you could get also many other videos from me. In my channel, I talk about my profession. I am an educator and I currently work in a kindergarten. I talk about how you can do the Ausbildung. So I talk about everything basically in this profession as an educator, as an Erzieherin, as called here in Germany. And I also talk about things about Germany, my experience living here in Germany. I also talk about parenting. I give parenting tips and everything on how to follow children on their developmental stage and every other day. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video up to this extent, and I will see you in my next video. Have a nice day. Bye.